that is coming out. All right. So good evening, my dear lovely angels. So I would like to start with sharing a screen. And this screen is all about the sessions that I have taken over last few weeks. Okay, in Tuesdays with Life Coach Pinaki. So here we go. The first session is, this is the 29th April session, which is episode number 34, where we're talking about what's in it for me. The values you have on offer determine who is going to connect with it. Okay, this principle is applicable across everything, whether it is relationship or whether it is business. It is there. This is it. People binge watch Netflix just because of this, because they find something in it for themselves. So the values that you have on offer determine who is going to connect with it. Followed by embrace criticism. Opinions are like divine gifts. They open up doors to infinite wealth. This is followed by audit your fears. Identify the fears that are stopping you from achieving your goals and dreams. This was followed by 72 hours, the ideal time frame to convert any lead into a profitable deal. I'm talking about a word profitable deal. Okay, so focus your attention there. And then the next session was, you are the best marketing and salesperson you have ever met since your childhood. So I'm talking about you. And this session was all about that anything that you have purchased in your life till date, and decisions that you have taken, any choices that you have made, it's only you who persuaded yourself. It is nobody else. Others just did their attempt. Others just did their job. But it's eventually you who marketed that to yourself, and eventually you who paid money to get that. Okay? Or you have paid your attention in terms of time to get that. That is also sale. And then this last session, that marketing and sales strategies for personal growth and development. This is something I discussed in the last session. Now tonight, what I'm going to do is something simply amazing. Let me ask you this one simple question, that do you agree? Do you really agree that the best salesperson or best marketing person you have ever met is you yourself? I really want a complete clarity on this. If you think you agree, you can raise your hand like this. I raised. Okay, you just need to do that, so that I know that yes, so many people think, at least they think that yes, that you are the best marketing and salesperson you have ever met till date. Okay, we have got 1, 2, 3, 4 responses. 3 responses. All right. Okay, good. So one of the responses is obviously mine. Great. So let's get into something which is simply amazing. Okay, how many of you have heard this word called AIDA? If you have heard about it, nothing like that. If you never have heard about it, nothing like that as well. AIDA. See, I'll prove that you are the best marketing and salesperson you are. Okay. So this is what I'm going to prove today. So before I prove today, I'm just inviting you to think. Have you ever heard this 4-letter word AIDA? Okay. So let me share what AIDA is all about. Yeah. So AIDA, I think all of you can see my screen. So AIDA is a marketing model. And this is a model which you are applying on yourself. I don't know whether you're applying it on others or not, but at least you're applying on yourself day in and day out to market and sell anything to yourself. Even attending this session is also something you marketed to yourself, and eventually you sold yourself so that you can take out your time and attend this session for maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever time you have committed to yourself. Okay, now let us see what this AIDA model is all about. Okay, I believe you can all see the screen. If you can read it out, fantastic. Just stay there, and for next 10 to 15 minutes, do not distract your attention anyway. Though there may be distractions around you, do not allow those distractions to take away your attention from next 15 minutes of your life. Okay, so listen to this very carefully. Now, AIDA is something which most marketing companies or most selling companies, they apply. And I believe everyone applies, because all my sessions are all about you. Okay, I don't focus on businesses in terms of organizations or company. I only focus on business in terms of you, because you, as long as you exist, you are doing some transaction with somebody throughout the day. And wherever there is a transaction, not only in terms of money, but in terms of attention transaction as well, or time transaction as well, or energy transaction as well, or even sitting together and talking to each other, everywhere there is some business is happening. Okay, now let us see how we do it. Okay, so AID is a marketing communication model. It describes the 4 stages a consumer goes through before making a purchase. Okay, and whether you are playing any role in this business scenario or not, one role you are playing throughout your life, and that role is of a consumer. You are consuming something throughout the day. It could be starting with simply brushing your teeth, or maybe just getting up in the morning and opening your WhatsApp, or maybe just getting up in the morning or doing some special activity. Whatever it is, you are a consumer anyway. And as long as you are awake, you are consuming something. The moment you got into your mother's womb, you started consuming. And even when you will die, you'll still consume something before you get converted into ashes or buried deeply 6 feet under the ground. At every moment you are consuming. You are a consumer. So this AIDA model helps marketers craft compelling messages and campaigns. And I believe you also do it with yourself at every now and then. Even attending this session also, you marketed compelling messages and campaigns to ensure that you are in this session tonight. Okay. Now, the 4 stages of AIDA as it is shown on your screen are attention, interest, desire, action. Okay. Now let us see how it works. It actually works like a funnel, the way it is being shown. Okay. Now this picture is not drawn by me. It was drawn by, or it was created by the person who came up with this concept. Okay. Now let us see what attention is all about. Stage 1 is attention. So the step 1 that you need to do is to grab attention of your prospective customer. Okay. In this case, what we are talking about it, you are the customer yourself. Okay, don't go outside you for right now for next 15-20 minutes. Just stay with yourself. So how you as a marketeer is doing activities to grab attention of yourself. Okay, like if I ask you what grabbed your attention to be in the session today, it could be that message which I posted on a few groups. You are in one of the groups, you just watch that message. Probably you have nothing to do right now, or maybe you are actually thinking about how to spend my time right now, or you may not be thinking about anything at all, but this message just flashed on your screen and it grabbed your attention. And it not only grabbed your attention, you force yourself to grab your attention to that message, because had you been doing something else, you probably even don't pick up the phone or saw that message. You may be paying attention to something else somewhere else. So you just instantly told yourself, hey, just pay your attention on this message. So you grabbed your attention. What was the purpose? The purpose was to make your audience notice you. That is the step 1 that we're talking about, the grab an attention and make your audience notice you. So you as an audience yourself made sure that you notice yourself. Okay, I'm talking a little deeper because this is all about neuro-linguistic programming. And the best thing is that what NLP is all about in a nutshell is it gives you an access to the user manual of your brain, how your brain works. And obviously this user manual is unique to everybody. So my user manual will not match yours. All right. So just notice how you do all these activities and how you market and sell something to yourself. Okay. So what to do? To grab your attention, you make your audience notice you. What are the techniques you can apply for that, or normally you apply for yourself? Bold headlines, eye-catching visuals, intriguing questions, and unusual statistics. 4 things. Okay, bold headlines or eye-catching visuals or intriguing questions or unusual statistics. One of these first draw your attention. Only you know which of these draw your attention first. And whenever you see a visual like that, you tell yourself, hey, look at this. Okay, you tell yourself, look at this, and then you look at this. For example, a shocking statistics in an ad could be like this: 80% people ignore online ads. Are you one of them? So I put up an ad, I posted an ad about half an hour ago, and 80% people ignore online ads. Are you one of them? This could be a catchy headline. Okay, you can create such catchy headlines for your products and services if you want to grab attention. Many times you just do it casually. You don't even notice, but you just do it to grab attention of others. You know? So you come up with something shocking, some information which grab. That's how the news industry works, the news world works. Their intention is to ensure that the title should be such that it grabs your attention. Okay. Sometimes they use fonts which are very bold fonts so that it catches your attention. Eye-catching visuals. They sometimes add eye-catching visuals. They sometimes add intriguing questions. Okay. This follows the stage 2. So once you're at stage 1, that attention process is done, the next step is all about interest. So next step is to build interest. Stage 1 is grab attention. When the attention has been grabbed, the next stage is to build interest. And what is the purpose of building interest? It is to keep your audience engaged. The moment you were successful in grabbing the attention of that person, make your audience notice you. The next step is to make sure that they stay engaged at least for a few seconds. And to do that, the techniques that you already apply, you just observe, these you already apply. Now, if you apply them in a structured way, you can make more sense of your own approaches, your own efforts. Okay. So the second one is all about how to keep your audience engaged. You can do it by sharing relevant facts or stories. Okay. You can share your relevant facts or stories. If you notice, I did something like that when the session started. Yeah, I just said that probably you are attending my session for the first time. Then I said that, oh wow, thank you so much for being here. Then I had a conversation with personally with Bikash. You know? So I drew your attention, though I took very small moment, but I ensure that you are engaged. Yeah. At some point of time, I also said, don't leave the session. I also said, don't get distracted by any distraction for next 15 to 20 minutes. These are all attempts to build interest and keep you engaged. So sharing relevant facts or stories. So I said that something I'm going to share with you, which you will find simply amazing. And you'll definitely find it interesting. You'll definitely find it engaging for yourself. I exactly use these words. Okay. Just to ensure that I can keep you engaged. The second thing is use emotionally resonant language. This is also I used with each one of you. I shared relevant facts or stories. Then I use emotionally resonant language. Like I engage yourself into a photo shoot. I told you how to do a wonderful photo shoot when you are in an online session. That is an activity to emotionally resonate with your language. Okay. Then comes the third step, which is connect with the audience's needs. So I already created a need for you. That this session is going to be this session is going to be that, and this is the power of this session. Do not miss next 15-20 minutes. Okay. So this is all about connecting the audience's needs. So I created a need and then I put my effort to ensure that you are connected with that need. For example, a skincare brand explains how pollutants harm your skin and how their products help. Did you notice that? A skincare brand, how they explain that how pollutants harm your skin and how their product can help you. Probably all skincare brands do that. The way they do it in the most engaging way, chances are very high you will get more attracted to those brands, to at least to read the rest of the ad. Okay. Now, once these top two portions of the funnels are addressed, the attention part and the interest part, third comes is the desire. The desire is all about creating a desire. Stage 3. So step 1, I drew your attention. Step 2, I engaged you. Now I am creating a desire. Okay. What is the purpose of desire? To make your audience want your product or service. You put certain things in such a way such that you can get your audience want to have a look of your product. है ना? पता करना है कि भाई ये कर क्या रहा है, what that person is selling. Okay. Imagine this is also you are doing with yourself. You have already followed step 1 and step 2. You put your attention, you took interest. You did it for yourself to came in to attend this session tonight. This is exactly what you did. Right from one simple message which I shared with you. You grabbed your attention, then you build interest. Okay. Then comes the third thing. So you created a desire for yourself. You believe it or not, you have exactly done this. And you are doing it throughout your life. Wherever you manage to market or sell something to yourself. So how do you create a desire? What is the purpose? The purpose again is to make them want your product or service. To you told yourself something in some way such that you ensure that you want your product or service. So what are the techniques normally you apply? The first and the most important one is you highlight the benefits, not just features. Okay. So some of you highlighted the benefit that, okay, Pinaki ka session I rarely attend. I watched his videos. Today I have some time. Let me attend. Let me see what he is doing. Okay. Maybe that I'm not attending Pinaki's session for a long time. Let me see what he is doing. So one of the reasons that you applied with yourself is you highlighted the benefits, not just the features. It is not the features that Tuesdays with Life Coach Pinaki. It is the benefit that you told yourself you might derive by attending, by engaging, by investing these 25 to 30 minutes in this session. Okay, ask yourself what you told yourself. Okay, you also use testimonials or reviews. This is exactly what I did when I was sharing those last 6 slides, that what we have shared, what we have discussed over last 6 weeks. Okay, right from session number 33. So this is a testimonial or reviews. So I shared my own testimonial, I shared my own reviews. I just told you this is what I did. Okay, you can also do this, or rather you are also doing this. Okay, then comes build emotional connections. If you notice carefully, this is exactly what I did before starting the session. Yeah, I engaged yourself into this photo shoot. Why I engaged you? It is just building emotional connections. Okay, I connected the dots. I spoke to some of you on one-on-one only for a few seconds. By the way, this is also you are doing. It's not that I did it specially and you don't do it. You are also doing it. The only difference is that probably you didn't notice. Okay. Now you have an opportunity to notice it. That is the only difference. In NLP, whatever is documented is nothing new. There is nothing new which you do not do. You will discover that you do everything. The only difference is that you are not aware, or you are not consciously aware. Maybe you are aware, but you are not consciously aware, and probably you are not consciously connected. And because you are not consciously aware, or because you are not consciously connected, you don't notice that how you use these principles to sell or market something to yourself. Okay, so stage 3 is creating a desire by highlighting the benefits, not just the features, using testimonials or reviews, and building emotional connections. For example, a skincare brand can use statements like feel confident in your skin with our all natural formula. These statements that I'm using, they have been picked up from ads which are already there in the market. I'm just not talking about the brand which uses these statements. I'm only sharing the statements. Okay. If you have seen those brands, you can recall. If you have not seen those brands, you can still recall that yes, मैंने कहीं पे देखा है ये message. मैंने कहीं ना कहीं पे देखा है. That was their intention, to ensure that they create a desire and your attention goes there. Okay. Now, once you come through these three stages, the most important stage is the last one. The last stage is action. So you need to drive action. It is not just action, you need to drive action. You need to actually encourage, motivate, and inspire your prospects, your audience to take an action such that they move one step closer to yourself. And you also did this with yourself. Only that is what drew you or drove you to take the action to be in the session tonight. है ना? आपने भी ऐसा कुछ किया है, right? And when I found all of you, I also did something so that I drive the action. And how I drive action or how I drive attention, I just told you stay in the session for 15-20 minutes. I said that I am going to share something which can be a turning point in your life. No, you will at least remember the session. You definitely find your time, investing your time worth in next 15-20 minutes with me. I use similar statements before starting the session because those are the statements which I used to drive action. And what is the action I'm looking forward to? So that you people stay in the session. If none of you are in the session, whom I'm going to sell it, whom I'm going to share it with, right? So I use certain words to ensure that you are in the session. Probably you also use certain statements to yourself to stay in the session, okay, or even to join the session. So what is the purpose of this last stage is drive action, prompt the audience to act. And what are the techniques you can do? The most used technique is clear call to action. CTA, we call it CTA. So you actually put a clear call to action. Often you offer limited time offers. So these brands or these ads, they offer limited time offers, which encourages, motivates, inspires you. Okay, chalo, let me find out more. Okay. Or the third thing they do is easy steps to follow. So normally when the objective is to prompt the audience to act, you use one of these steps. Either you give a clear call to action, or you give a limited time offer, or you offer the easy steps that one can follow to achieve this. For example, sign up today and get 20% off your first purchase. Okay, many of these apps, these marketing apps, selling apps, e-commerce apps, they offer this. The first purchase you will get a discount. Often it is a heavy discount or a free delivery or maybe some additional discount coupon. Something is there on the first sale. It is always there. And this is the 4-step action of AIDA that each one of us are following anyway. And we are applying all this entire technique of these 4 stages on us. Now let me give an example. I'm just sharing about one example, which is a live, a real time, a solid example of AIDA in action. Okay, I call it AIDA in action. So let me share this AIDA in action. By the way, how many of you finding this session interesting so far? Just give me an honest feedback. Don't just Pinaki bahut jabardast, fantastic. वैसा नहीं. You are actually finding it awesome. You are actually finding it interesting, insightful, something that you can use, that you can leverage to make your life better. I just want a yes if you really find them yes. You don't need to say anything more beyond that.
Yes,
okay,
yes,
you can just
definitely.
Thank you, Bikash.
Yes,
And I
yes.
believe all of you have a yes session. Yeah. Well, even if you don't have a yes, at least for the sake of saying yes, just say yes, because this is something which is new coming in your life. Yeah. You may be knowing about all these things, but you may not be knowing it exactly the way I'm sharing it. Good. Now I'm sharing a wonderful example of this. This brand is doing it left, right, and center. Okay. So let me share that brand. Have you seen this brand?
Yeah. Nike.
How many of you could recall this
Yes,
brand?
yes,
Nike.
yes. Nike.
Nike.
Nike. Yeah. Now, whatever I say, just observe. You pay your full attention in this for next few seconds. It may not take more than 1 minute. Okay. But do not get yourself distracted. Just observe what they are doing, how they are using this model in real time. I call it AIDA in action, real world example. First, attention, a powerful tagline.
Just do it.
Yeah, attention. Then interest. What they do, they connect stories of real athletes. Did you notice that?
Yeah, Michael Jordan. Yeah.
Yeah, every product that they promote, they connect it to the life and style of a real athlete. Not only this life, not only their success, but also their style. Life and style of the real athletes. Every product that they promote, every product. And many a times these products have the brand, the name of that sports person on that particular type of product.
It's
Okay.
Jordan's like.
Yeah, the Jordan is a fantastic example. Then we have, there are many Indians also who are part of this game. Yeah. So
Yeah.
interest is the stories of real athletes. Then comes the desire, aspire to greatness. So they sow a seed of aspiration inside your mind. That hey, if you just wear this product or if you just start using these products, chances are high that you will feel like them. You know, in NLP we call it modeling. You know, behavior modeling. So you start behaving like that person. At least whatever behavior you like about that person, you feel like that. Oh, if I'm wearing these shoes, which has a brand of that particular athlete, as if I'm running 100 meters at a speed of my own my own favorite speed, something which is my own liking. You actually start feeling like that. That's how they sell each and every product. Okay, so they aspire you to greatness. You feel like being aspired to achieve greatness in your life. And the last thing is the action. The action is buy the gear to perform like them. That is the call to action that Nike follows. Buy the gear to perform like them. You know, that is their biggest selling point. And if you can afford it, you'll just go and buy it. Not only that, you ensure that people see that you are wearing that gear. You ensure it. लोगों को पता चले कि मैं नाइकी का प्रोडक्ट यूज कर रहा हूं. And if you're really that passionate, you also tell people what is the specialty of that product, what is the specialty of that gear. You actually tell people, tell your friends, tell your acquaintances. Many of you take selfies, you post it on your social media because you feel like that. That is the call to action part. Buy the gear to perform like that. Yeah. Similarly, you have also created a brand for yourself which you are not aware of. And you are following that brand consciousness everywhere whenever you're taking any decision. Any decision. Even to join this session, you have applied all these 4 principles and you know that what works for you and you exactly tell those words to yourself and then you take that decision that okay, go, let me go and do it. And then you just go and do it. You know, in NLP, we call this technique strategy. And these strategies are backed by a very powerful concept of NLP, which is called meta programs. And there are 3 strategies that create magic in your life. In fact, that is creating magic in your life since your childhood. By the time you are 6 or 7 years young, you develop those skills, and those skills, those strategies are still continuing to serve you, to dominate you, to ensure that you take decisions based on those strategies. Okay, so there are 7 of them. 3 of them are most important ones. The first one is motivation strategy, the second one is convincer strategy, and third one is decision strategy. So your motivation strategies, your convincer strategies, your decision strategies are what that is defining or governing your life today. And let me tell you, you have already developed them by the time you were 6 or 7 years young. Beyond that, you didn't do anything about it. And that is still governing every activity, every thought, every decision that you are taking. And you govern yourself with those thoughts. Nobody can come and sell you anything unless you sell it to yourself. Nobody come and market you anything unless you market it to yourself. And when you market it to yourself, you follow exactly these 4 steps. I will follow it, sharing many other powerful marketing models with you over next few sessions. So already there are hundreds of them which I've identified. I'm working on some of them and I found phenomenal results. And naturally, I will share it with you. AIDA is the most popular. In any MBA program, AIDA is the first marketing model which is being discussed. Okay, the only element which I'm adding to this is NLP. How you program your mind to take actions that you take. And everything is action. Motivation is also an action. Inspiration is also an action. Encouragement is also an action. Convincing is also an action. Decision is definitely an action. Feedback is also an action. When you act, some results happen, right? And the results, the way you analyze your results is your feedback to yourself. That feedback is also an action. So every action that you take is being motivated, inspired, and encouraged by you. Nobody else is doing it for yourself. And that is where marketing and selling comes. Marketing kya hai? Marketing is all about telling you what I can offer you, what value I can add if you engage yourself with me. That is what marketing is all about. Selling kya hai? Now you are convinced that this can work for you. Go ahead and make a transaction and let's exchange money. Let's exchange energy. That's what selling is all about. Then comes after sales service. And that after sales service is what defines whether you are going to buy that product again or not. Whether you are going to talk about that product or promote that product or market that product to somebody else or not. अगर आपको 3 Idiots movie अच्छा लगा, those first people who watched it on the first day, first show, they actually sold the movie. They did the actual marketing for the movie, not Amir Khan and team. Amir Khan and team का सारा marketing effort was only to get the first day, first show. That has to be a houseful show. Their effort ends there only. The people who watched the first day, first show, they actually marketed that movie to everybody else. And then you marketed it to yourself. Then you sold it to yourself. Then you went ahead, you bought the ticket and you watched the movie. How many of you watched the movie alone? Tell me. 3 Idiots,
Which movie?
Titanic.
Pinaki, ma'am, what's the movie? Huh?
3 Idiots.
I watched with family.
हाँ, किसी ने ये मूवी अकेला देखा है? किसी ने देखा है? अगर कोई मिल जाए ना मुझे बताना.
क्यों नहीं देखा?
तारे ज़मीन पर, लगान.
सब सामने देखा, family with family.
And
all family.
these movies you watched in a theater.
Yes. सही बात
है ना? आपने उसके लिए समय निकाला, पूरा टीम को मोटिवेट किया, पूरा फैमिली के हर एक व्यक्ति को मोटिवेट किया. Then you walked out from your home, you traveled to that movie theater, you stood in the queue, you walked inside the Audi, you searched for your seat, you actually got into that seat, and then you watched the movie, then you came out of the movie, then you started talking about that movie to others जिन्होंने अभी तक नहीं देखा, as if that if they don't watch that movie, they are going to lose something in their life. You created that fear of missing out inside their mind, as if आप ही ने वो मूवी शूट किया है, आप ही ने उसमें पैसा लगाया.
True.
You did it. And observe what you did. This is exactly what you did. I just shared with you. This is exactly what you did. AIDA. Attention, interest, desire, action. This is exactly what you did for yourself. This is exactly what you did for others. You followed this step. You ensured कि आप जिसके साथ बात कर, that person becomes aware of the existence of your product or service for the first time. है ना? तब बोलते भैया ये ऐसा मूवी पहली बार आया. You must watch it. You know, it is an experience to be experienced. टाइटैनिक मूवी ऑडिटोरियम में जाके देखो, थिएटर में जाके देखो. Then you ensure that your prospect becomes interested in learning more about your product or service. So you started sharing about that movie, dialogues, scenes. है ना? Jab we met, how many people watched that movie in a theater? Then your prospect.
All family movie na. We all watch together.
Yeah, not all movies. Some movies are definitely have watched with family.
Only family movie. Yes, correct.
Then comes this third step, that your prospect develops a hankering or a preference to purchase your product. So you keep on developing the interest till that person said, "अच्छा आपने देखा, चलो फिर मैं भी देख के आता हूँ." Till that moment comes, you wait, and then that person may ask you, "आपने कहाँ पे देखा? कौन सी थिएटर में देखा? कौन से ऑडिटोरियम में जाके देखा?" And you tell कि मैं PVR में गया था, आइनॉक्स में गया था, कहीं पे भी गया था. Sometimes you probably go ahead one step. चलो मैं आपके लिए टिकट बुक करके देता हूँ. पता नहीं आपको मिलेगा भी या नहीं. कौन सा शो देखना चाहते हैं, कितने बजे देखना चाहते हैं? And this is the last part, the action. Your prospect forms an intent to purchase the product, shops around, then begins a trial or makes a purchase. तो यहाँ पे भी you put that person into an action mode. If this is the technique you have applied to sell an Amir Khan movie or Shah Rukh Khan movie, you can sell anything. You can market anything. First you did it to yourself, then you did it to others. Okay, so I promise that this session is going to be a turning point in your life. I just want to see whether it has happened or not. Did you really find this time worth investing with me over last half an hour? Okay, so let me ask my favorite question. With all this new awareness, what do you see possible for yourself? Can we have another round of photo shoot? We have some more people. Okay. All right, so quick feedback. Just one aha moment or one insight that you are taking away from this session tonight.
I'm sorry, Pinaki, मेरा बीच में 2-3 कॉल आए तो मैं पूरा नहीं देख पाया. But can you send me this video today? A recording मिल सकता?
Yeah, recording will be shared in the group.
Please.
Anyway. So
Thank you.
I share recording of all my sessions.
Okay.
And those of you who are not in this Tuesdays with Life Coach Pinaki group, just let me know. I will add you there also, so that you can stay updated what I do on Tuesdays. Okay, so let me have some quick feedback. Whatever you have listened, whatever you have attended so far, whatever is coming to your mind, whatever that one thing that you're taking with yourself. Can I have quick?
We are our own best PR.
I am my own best PR.
Yes.
Yes, Irani sir. So what you are taking away from tonight's session? Just share one insight. That is more than enough.
But if we can sell other people, we can sell ourselves also. In a positive way.
Yeah. If I can sell others, then I can sell. If I can sell myself, then I can sell others also. Yeah. whenever you are in a session where you need to share your feedback or share your insights, share in first person. Aapko
I.
kya mila? Do not use the word we.
I.
Yeah.
So if I can sell others, I can sell myself also.
Yes, it's the other way around. If I can sell myself, I can sell others also. Because the first person I'm selling is myself. Even when
Myself.
you are attempting to sell something to others, you sell it to yourself first. आपको लगता है कि this might work. Had I been the customer, I would have been encouraged, motivated, and inspired if I had heard it in this way, or if somebody had shared with me in this way. The first person who you convince, who you motivate is you yourself. And when you find it that I think this is going to work, then you make it work for others. Then you apply it on others. It always works like that. It is not the other way around. Yeah.
Yeah, one takeaway from this session for me is a step-by-step framework by which the attention to action can be derived, be it for me or be it for my prospective client or be it for anyone in the world. So now that the framework is there, so let's experiment and see how best we can leverage this model and get best of the benefit.
Exactly. So now when you are going to design your programs, like design the ad for your program,
Yes,
you can just follow these steps.
right. Exactly.
You can apply the same technique while writing a blog on LinkedIn. The process is exactly the same. Even when you're presenting, making a presentation, you can exactly do the same thing. The same 4 stages. Fantastic. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. So great session. And thank you so much for being here and to listening to me. You know, that is the gift that I always receive from you angels. So thank you for making my evening an awesome one. I'll share the recordings as soon as it is available. And those of you who are not in my Tuesdays group, just drop me a message on my WhatsApp. I'll just add you in that group. All right. Thank you so much. Good night and make your life amazing.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
And wish you the same. Bye.
Thank you.